Chapter 1. The Foundation of Wealth. Introduction. Welcome to Manifest Wealth While You Sleep. Before discussing money, investments, businesses, or financial goals, we must begin with something more fundamental: the way you think. Every financial decision you make is influenced by beliefs. Some of those beliefs were developed through experience. Others were inherited from family, friends, culture, or society. Many people grow up hearing statements such as, "Money is hard to earn," "Rich people are lucky," "Success is for other people," "Financial freedom is unrealistic." Whether these statements are true or false is not the important question. The important question is this: how do these beliefs influence your actions? If a person believes opportunities are rare, they often stop looking for them. If a person believes success is beyond their reach, they often avoid taking risks that could improve their life. Over time, those small decisions create a pattern. The pattern creates results, and the results reinforce the original belief. This cycle can continue for years without being noticed. Today, we begin breaking that cycle. Understanding wealth. Wealth is often misunderstood. Many people think wealth means luxury cars, large houses, or expensive holidays. While those things can be enjoyed by wealthy individuals, they are not wealth itself. True wealth is freedom. Freedom to choose. Freedom to spend time with the people you care about. Freedom to make decisions without constant financial stress. Freedom to build a future according to your own values. The goal of this audiobook is not to encourage endless consumption. The goal is to help you develop a healthier relationship with money, opportunity, and personal growth. Shifting your focus. Your mind constantly filters information. Every day, millions of pieces of information compete for your attention. Your brain decides what is important and what can be ignored. When you focus on problems, your brain becomes skilled at finding problems. When you focus on opportunities, your brain becomes skilled at finding opportunities. This does not mean ignoring reality. It means training yourself to notice possibilities that may have previously gone unnoticed. Successful people are not successful because they never encounter obstacles. They are successful because they train themselves to look beyond the obstacle and search for the next step forward. Reflection exercise. Take a moment and ask yourself, what does financial success mean to me? How much money would I need to feel secure? What opportunities am I currently ignoring? What skills could increase my income over the next 5 years? There are no right or wrong answers. The purpose of these questions is awareness. Awareness is the first step toward change. Evening preparation. As you prepare for sleep tonight, repeat the following slowly. I am open to learning. I am open to growth. I am developing skills that create value. I recognize opportunities when they appear. I take consistent action toward my goals. My future is shaped by the decisions I make today. Allow each statement to settle in your mind. There is no need to force belief. Simply listen, reflect, and remain open to possibility. Chapter 2. The Wealth Mindset, Scarcity versus Abundance. Welcome back. In the previous chapter, we explored the foundation of wealth and the role that beliefs play in shaping financial outcomes. Now, we will examine one of the most important concepts in personal development and financial growth: the difference between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. This distinction affects how people think, how they make decisions, and ultimately, how they build their lives. Understanding scarcity. A scarcity mindset is the belief that there is never enough. Not enough money, not enough opportunity, not enough success, not enough time. When people operate from scarcity, They often make decisions based on fear rather than possibility. Fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of being left behind. Scarcity encourages short-term thinking. It causes people to focus on immediate problems while overlooking long-term opportunities. A person with a scarcity mindset may avoid investing in education because it costs money today. They may avoid starting a business because they fear losing what they already have. They may avoid applying for a better job because they are afraid of hearing the word no. Over time, these decisions create limitations that appear to confirm their original beliefs. The cycle continues, not because opportunities do not exist, but because fear prevents action. Understanding abundance. An abundance mindset begins with a different assumption. It assumes that opportunities can be created. It assumes that skills can be learned. It assumes that improvement is possible. People with an abundance mindset understand that success is not a fixed resource. Someone else's success does not reduce your chances of success. Someone else's achievement does not take away your opportunity to achieve. Instead of asking, "Why does that person have more than me?" they ask, "What can I learn from that person?" This simple shift changes everything. It transforms envy into curiosity. It transforms frustration into motivation. It transforms obstacles into lessons. Wealth begins with value. One of the most powerful truths about wealth is this: money follows value. The marketplace rewards people who solve problems. The larger the problem solved, and the more people helped, the greater the potential reward. This principle applies whether you are an employee, business owner, investor, creator, or entrepreneur. When you focus on creating value, money often becomes a byproduct of that process. Ask yourself, how can I become more valuable? What skills can I develop? What problems can I solve? How can I improve the lives of others? These questions direct your attention toward growth rather than limitation. Replacing limiting beliefs. Many limiting beliefs operate quietly in the background. You may not even notice them. Examples include, "I am not good with money." "I will never be wealthy." "I always struggle financially." "People like me do not become successful." For a moment, consider the possibility that these statements are not facts. They are stories. Stories repeated often enough to feel true. The good news is that stories can be rewritten. The process begins with awareness. Each time you notice a limiting belief, pause and ask, is this absolutely true? What evidence exists that challenges this belief? What would happen if I adopted a more empowering perspective? Change does not happen overnight, but every new thought creates a new possibility. The opportunity exercise. Take a moment now. Think about your current situation. Instead of focusing on problems, identify 3 opportunities. They do not need to be large. Perhaps there is a skill you could learn, a business idea you could explore, a connection you could develop, an investment you could study, a habit you could improve. The goal is not immediate action. The goal is training your mind to recognize possibilities. The more you practice this skill, the stronger it becomes. Evening reflection. As you prepare for sleep tonight, repeat these statements slowly and calmly. I am open to new opportunities. I am capable of learning valuable skills. I create value through my actions. I see possibilities where others see obstacles. Every day I become more resourceful. Every day I become more confident. Every day I move closer to financial freedom. Allow these words to settle into your subconscious mind. There is nothing to force, nothing to prove. Simply listen, Relax and allow yourself to imagine a future filled with possibility, growth, and abundance. Chapter summary. A scarcity mindset focuses on limitations. An abundance mindset focuses on possibilities. Scarcity asks what could go wrong. Abundance asks what could be created. The journey toward wealth begins when you shift your attention from what is missing to what is possible. And that shift starts today. End of Chapter 2. Chapter 3. Creating a clear financial vision. Welcome back. In the previous chapter, we explored the difference between scarcity and abundance. Now we move to a principle shared by high achievers, successful entrepreneurs, investors, and leaders across many industries. They have clarity. They know where they are going. Many people say they want more money. But what does that actually mean? How much money? By when? For what purpose? Without clear answers, the mind has no destination. And a journey without a destination rarely reaches anywhere meaningful. Today, we begin creating a clear financial vision. Why most financial goals fail. Many goals fail because they are vague. Consider these statements. I want to be rich. I want more money. I want financial freedom. These ideas sound positive, but they lack detail. Your mind responds more powerfully to specific instructions. Compare them to these examples. I want to save £20,000 over the next 3 years. I want to own a profitable business within 5 years. I want to eliminate all personal debt within 24 months. These goals provide direction. They create focus. They allow progress to be measured. The clearer the target, the easier it becomes to recognize opportunities that move you closer to it. Defining your ideal future. For a moment, imagine it is 5 years from today. Everything has gone well. You have worked consistently. You have learned new skills. You have made good decisions. You have remained committed to growth. Now ask yourself, where do you live? What does a typical day look like? What type of work do you do? How much income do you generate each month? How much time do you spend with family and friends? How do you feel when you wake up each morning? Take your time. Allow the image to become detailed. Your mind responds to vivid pictures. The more clearly you can imagine your future, the easier it becomes to move toward it. The cost of unclear goals. Without a vision, people often spend years reacting to circumstances. They work hard but make little progress. They stay busy but feel stuck. They move from one challenge to another without a long-term plan. Clarity changes this. When you know what you want, decisions become easier. You can evaluate opportunities based on whether they move you toward or away from your desired future. This reduces confusion. It increases confidence. And it creates momentum. Building your wealth blueprint. Your wealth blueprint consists of 4 key areas. Income. How much income would you like to earn each month? Not what you think is realistic. What would genuinely improve your life? Allow yourself to think bigger than usual. Assets. What assets would you like to own? These may include property, businesses, investments, savings, equipment, intellectual property. Assets are important because they can continue generating value long after the initial work has been completed. Lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle do you want? What experiences matter most? Travel, family time, freedom, health, community. Remember that money is a tool. The goal is not simply to accumulate wealth. The goal is to create a life aligned with your values. Contribution. How would you like to help others? Many financially successful people discover that contribution creates a deeper sense of fulfillment than income alone. Perhaps you want to support your family, create jobs, teach others, donate to meaningful causes. Your vision becomes stronger when it includes more than personal gain. The power of emotional connection. Goals become powerful when they are connected to emotion. A goal without emotion often becomes a forgotten wish. A goal connected to purpose becomes a mission. Ask yourself, why do I want financial success? What would change in my life? Who would benefit? How would I feel? The stronger your reasons, the stronger your commitment. Visualization exercise. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. See yourself living your ideal day. Notice your surroundings. Notice your confidence. Notice the choices available to you. See yourself handling money wisely. See yourself creating value. See yourself making decisions with calm certainty. Feel gratitude for the progress you have made. Allow this image to become clear and familiar. The more often you visit this vision, the more real it becomes within your mind. Evening reflection. As you prepare for sleep tonight, repeat the following statements. My future is created by the choices I make today. I have a clear vision for my financial life. I move toward my goals with confidence and purpose. I recognize opportunities that align with my vision. I create value through my skills and actions. Every day I move closer to financial freedom. I am building a future I am proud of. Allow these words to settle into your mind. Relax, breathe slowly, and spend a few moments visualizing the future you are creating. Chapter summary. Wealth begins with clarity. You cannot consistently move toward a destination that has never been defined. The clearer your vision becomes, the easier it becomes to identify opportunities, make decisions, and remain motivated during challenges. Your future is not created in a single moment. It is created through thousands of small decisions made consistently over time. And every one of those decisions begins with a vision. End of Chapter 3. Chapter 4. The Power of Visualization. Welcome back. By now, you have explored the foundations of wealth, developed an abundance mindset, and begun creating a clear financial vision. The next step is learning how to strengthen that vision through visualization. Visualization is the practice of mentally rehearsing a desired future before it becomes reality. Elite athletes use it. Successful entrepreneurs use it. Top performers in many fields use it. Why? Because the mind responds to imagined experiences in powerful ways. When you repeatedly visualize a goal, you begin to familiarize your mind with success. Instead of feeling distant or impossible, it starts to feel achievable. Visualization is not magic. It does not replace action. It prepares you for action. Imagine a pilot preparing for a flight. Before entering the aircraft, the pilot studies procedures, reviews scenarios, and mentally prepares for potential challenges. Visualization works in a similar way. You are preparing your mind for the future you intend to create. Tonight, imagine yourself already living your ideal financial life. See yourself making wise decisions. See yourself confidently managing money. See yourself creating opportunities and solving problems. Notice the details. The clearer the image becomes, the stronger its influence on your thinking and behavior. Remember, the goal is not to escape reality. The goal is to prepare yourself for a better reality. Evening reflection. I see my future clearly. I am preparing myself for success. I think like a creator of opportunity. I act with confidence and purpose. My actions are aligned with my goals. I am becoming the person capable of creating wealth. End of chapter 4. Chapter 5. Reprogramming your relationship with money. Money is one of the most emotional subjects in modern life. For some people, money represents security. For others, it represents freedom. For others, it creates stress, fear, or uncertainty. The way you feel about money influences how you earn it, save it, spend it, and invest it. Many people unknowingly carry negative beliefs about money. Perhaps they heard, "Money changes people." "Rich people are greedy." "Money is the root of all problems." These beliefs often become deeply embedded. As a result, some people desire wealth while simultaneously feeling uncomfortable with the idea of having it. This creates internal conflict. To build wealth, it is important to develop a healthier relationship with money. Money is not good or bad. Money is a tool. In the hands of a generous person, it can create opportunity. In the hands of a disciplined person, it can create freedom. In the hands of a creative person, it can create innovation. Instead of viewing money as something to fear, begin viewing it as a resource that can be directed toward meaningful goals. The more value you create, the more opportunities you have to earn and manage that resource wisely. Evening reflection. Money's a tool. I use money wisely. I create value through my actions. I am comfortable receiving financial rewards for the value I provide. I make responsible financial decisions. I am building long-term financial security. End of chapter 5. Chapter 6. Wealth through daily habits. Many people overestimate what they can accomplish in a day. At the same time, they underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years. The difference is consistency. Wealth is rarely created through a single action. More often, it is the result of small actions repeated over long periods of time. Saving a little money regularly, learning a new skill, reading 10 pages a day, improving 1% each week. These habits may appear insignificant at first, but over months and years, they produce extraordinary results. Consider 2 people. One waits for the perfect opportunity. The other improves steadily every day. 5 years later, the second person often appears lucky. But what others call luck is frequently the result of consistent effort. Ask yourself, what daily habits support my financial goals? What habits slow my progress? What small improvement could I make tomorrow? Success is not built in a single moment. It is built through thousands of decisions made when nobody is watching. The habits you choose today help determine the opportunities available to you tomorrow. Evening reflection. My daily habits create my future. I improve a little every day. I remain focused on long-term success. I take action even when progress feels slow. Consistency creates momentum. Momentum creates results. End of chapter 6. Chapter 7. The Wealth Identity. Welcome back. Throughout this audiobook, we've explored beliefs, vision, visualization, and habits. Now we arrive at one of the most important principles of lasting success, your identity. Most people focus on what they want. Few people focus on who they need to become. This distinction changes everything. Imagine 2 individuals with the same financial goal. Both want financial freedom. Both want a successful future. Yet one consistently makes decisions that move them forward, while the other repeatedly returns to old patterns. Why? Because behavior follows identity. People naturally act in ways that align with how they see themselves. If you see yourself as someone who is careless with money, you will often make careless decisions. If you see yourself as someone who creates value, learns continuously, and takes responsibility, your actions begin to reflect that identity. The goal is not to pretend to be someone else. The goal is to grow into the best version of yourself. Ask yourself, who is the person capable of achieving my financial goals? How do they think? How do they spend their time? What habits do they practice? How do they respond to challenges? Every day, you have an opportunity to strengthen that identity, not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent actions. A single wise decision may seem insignificant, but every wise decision is evidence that you are becoming the person you wish to be. Remember, your future wealth is not simply a result of what you do. It is a reflection of who you become. Evening reflection. I am becoming the person capable of creating wealth. I take responsibility for my decisions. I learn from challenges. I create value wherever I go. My habits support my goals. Every day I grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. I am building a life of freedom, purpose, and abundance. End of Chapter 7. Chapter 8. Gratitude and Abundance. Before we begin tonight's guided manifestation session, there is one final principle to understand. Gratitude. Many people overlook gratitude because it appears simple. Yet, it is one of the most powerful ways to shift your perspective. A grateful mind focuses on what is present. An ungrateful mind focuses only on what is missing. This does not mean ignoring ambition. You can be grateful for what you have while still striving for more. In fact, the two often work together. Gratitude reduces feelings of scarcity. It reminds you of your progress. It helps you recognize opportunities that may otherwise go unnoticed. Consider your life today. There are challenges. There are goals still to achieve. There are obstacles to overcome. But there are also strengths, experiences, lessons, relationships, skills, resources. Take a moment to acknowledge them. Every successful person can trace their achievements back to advantages they once took for granted. The ability to learn, the ability to work, the ability to adapt, the ability to persist. Gratitude helps you recognize these assets. And when you recognize your assets, you become more capable of using them. Tonight, before sleep, reflect on 3 things you are grateful for. They do not need to be extraordinary. The purpose is simply awareness. The more often you practice gratitude, the easier it becomes to recognize abundance. Evening reflection. I am grateful for the opportunities in my life. I appreciate the lessons that help me grow. I recognize the value I already possess. I welcome new opportunities with an open mind. I focus on progress rather than perfection. I am grateful for today and optimistic about tomorrow. End of Chapter 8. Chapter 9. Guided Sleep Manifestation Session. Welcome. This final chapter is designed to be experienced slowly. If possible, listen while lying comfortably in bed. Allow your body to relax. Allow your breathing to become calm and natural. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to achieve. For the next few minutes, simply listen. Take a slow, deep breath in and gently exhale. Again, slowly inhale and slowly release. Feel the muscles of your face relaxing, your jaw relaxing, your shoulders softening, your arms becoming heavy and comfortable. Your legs relaxed, your entire body supported. With each breath, you become more calm, more peaceful, more present. Now imagine yourself standing at the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Ahead of you is a path leading toward the future you have been creating throughout this audiobook. You begin walking forward. With each step, you leave behind doubt. You leave behind fear. You leave behind limiting beliefs. You carry only wisdom, confidence, and possibility. As you continue walking, you notice your future self approaching. This future version of you is calm, confident, capable, financially secure, healthy, focused, disciplined. You notice the way they walk, the way they speak, the way they carry themselves. There is no arrogance, only quiet confidence. This person knows they can overcome challenges. This person trusts themselves. As you approach, your future self smiles and begins to share a message intended only for you. The message reminds you that success is built one day at a time, one decision at a time, one habit at a time. The message reminds you that progress matters more than perfection, that consistency matters more than intensity, that patience matters more than speed. You listen carefully, you absorb these lessons, and as you do, you begin to realize something important. The person standing before you is not someone different. It is you. The future you is created by the choices you make today. The discipline you practice today, the skills you develop today, the value you create today. Take a moment to imagine your ideal future. See it clearly. A life of purpose, a life of growth, a life of contribution, a life of financial confidence. Imagine waking each morning knowing that your actions are aligned with your goals. Imagine feeling calm when making financial decisions. Imagine recognizing opportunities where others see obstacles. Imagine having the freedom to spend time on what matters most. Feel the gratitude. Feel the confidence. Feel the sense of possibility. Allow these emotions to settle into your mind. Now repeat silently. I am capable of growth. I am capable of learning. I am capable of creating value. I make wise decisions. I act with purpose. I remain consistent. I welcome opportunities. I develop skills that improve my future. I create abundance through action. I trust myself. I trust the process. I move forward one step at a time. Now allow those words to fade into the background. Return your attention to your breathing. Slow, steady, calm. As you drift towards sleep, allow your subconscious mind to continue working on the ideas you have explored throughout this audiobook. The foundations of wealth, the abundance mindset, the power of vision, the strength of visualization, a healthy relationship with money, the impact of daily habits, the wealth identity, the practice of gratitude. These principles are now part of your journey. You do not need to force anything. Simply continue moving forward. One day at a time, one decision at a time, one opportunity at a time. And with every step, you become a little stronger, a little wiser, a little more capable. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to recover. Allow yourself to dream. And as sleep arrives, carry with you a quiet belief in your ability to create a better future. Good night. End.